cake, let it be known. I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a foe. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it cold.
Let's just jump right into it. Week 2 recap. Obviously, we played on Sunday Night Football, which is always amazing because we all know, all of the best touchdown celebrations come out, and I so happen to be a part of that celebration. So I had to,
It's week 2, bro. It's week 2. It's too early, man. Why so?
I had to pull out the dagger. I felt like, like when Columbus Short did that move in the movie, the whole movie was over with. It's like the football game is over with. It's like that's the finishing move. So once I did that move, I was indicating to the other team that the game is over. We've already won this game. You feel me? That's the final move. That's the fatality move right there, man. So Sunday Night Football, man, we had like a lot of celebrations planned, and we was able to get off a few of our. Me and Raheem, we did our famous sumo wrestler one. We've been working on that whole entire off season. Then we come out with the Stump the Yard. So, yeah, man.
I got a question. Is Stump the Yard one of your favorite moves? I'm gonna ask because the transition of the evolution of the cheetah goes from track, football, choir, which is in the choir, praise dancer,
come on, man,
NFL superstar, and now you're going to street dancing. Like what made you just say, all right, this is what I'm gonna do? Like, did y'all practice that? It was just like, impulse, like, yo, I'm finna let these boys know, like, I'm him. It's over with.
It was one of those situations, like during the whole entire week, I was like, hey, do y'all remember when Chris Brown at the very beginning of the movie, he did the one move on his elbows? I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. The only thing I need y'all to do is just assist me and push me backwards. They was like, okay, bet. We never practiced it once at all. It was like, okay, we're doing this once I score. So once I scored, I'm like, hey, I'm stump the yard. I'm yelling to him. I'm yelling to J-Dub. I'm yelling to Brax. Hey, stump the yard. So they getting in positions. I'm like, oh God, I hope I don't mess this up. You feel me? And then it just happened so naturally, man. So I feel like, I'm just him when it comes to like breakdancing. You feel me?
So it's safe to say
Stump the Yard isn't my favorite movie though. You Got Served is my favorite movie, man.
So they might be looking for you to do it for Lil Saint next Sunday.
Hey, I'm gonna be doing this for Lil Saint, man.
If they come out with a Stump the Yard 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever one they on, are you auditioning as a street dancer?
They gotta let
because you hit it. You hit it, bro. You hit it. It was on point.
I feel like at this point they gotta allow me into the movie at some point, like. Cause I can do backflips, I can walk on my hands, I can do all of that. You feel me? So they gotta allow me in the movie at some point.
Bro, when you hit that, you already know our group chats went absolutely insane. Like, I don't know if you knew in that moment how iconic that was gonna be, but once it went down, like everybody you just saw Instagram just go straight up nuts. TikTok, boom, they like, yo, it's week 2. And he already tripping. He already like showing one celebration of the year. Like, how do you top that? You can't top that. I don't see how anybody top. You remember a time when celebrations in the NFL was so crazy? I mean, you had players hiding cell phones and the goalpost pad. You had them pulling out props. You had them going crazy. And they started getting fined. So I think even with how you switched up with grip boost, it's just iconic. That moment, I think that'll live for the rest of the season, man. I just don't see how anybody top it. I would love to see him top. Hey, that's a challenge, y'all. If somebody can top that, bro, I gotta see it. That was crazy.
That's the thing about the NFL, man. Like, you never know what you're gonna get, man. Like, and there's so many ways that, as a player, as an athlete, like, that we can show our creativity. Like, once we get to the end zone, you feel me? So we have this thing called Celebration Fridays where like we get together and we like talk about celebrations and stuff like that. And Like I said, that celebration, it kind of happened on the move though. So crazy. But the biggest thing, like, I know the celebration was great, but the greatest takeaway from that night to me was the road win. Man, Tua, he performed amazing against a tremendous defense, obviously against a tremendous coach. He he goes and ups his record to 6-0 against a Super Bowl winning head coach. So shout out to my boy Tua, man. Offensive line did a great job. Shout out to my boy Raheem Mostert, man, rushing the ball for 121 yards. He had 2 tugs. So that's crazy. Going against a divisional opponent, being able to do that against a tough environment, which we'll get into. Tough environment, the fan base and stuff like that. It's hard to do, man, because considering the fact the way that the Patriots were playing us was crazy. Like they really was playing dime defense with 5 defensive backs and saying, you know what, you guys run the ball. They had 3 deep safeties the whole game. It was like, you guys run. Y'all is not getting past us no matter what. Y'all run this ball. And our offensive line, like the whole entire offseason, they were like, we're gonna run the ball this year. That was their mindset. You feel me? So those guys came up big for us. And if you want big plays in the run game, I feel like receivers got to block. So as a receiver,
for sure.
I mean, we got to get our hands dirty sometimes. So that's all.
I mean, and you called it. I mean, you did an interview and they was talking about how smart of a player you are. You called which type of defense they were going to run because they always do it. Coach Belichick, obviously, one of the greatest coaches, Hall of Fame coach. And we talked about it, and you knew what they were going to run. And I think you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about it's not just about you, it's about other players. And I think that win for the Dolphins on the road showed the rest of the league, it's some dogs on this field. We can run it. Oh, we got J-Dub, slant, boom. Berrios, bruh. Where you come from, bruh? Like, because bro got hands, bro is snagging.
Come on now. Braxton Berrios, dog. Agent Zero. That's his name. Like, he's a dog. Braxton Berrios is a dog. A lot of people don't know, like, how valuable he is to this team. A lot of people may think I'm valuable to this team, but Braxton Berrios is valuable to this team. Crucial third down catches. He comes in, doesn't complain. He does everything that the coaches tells him to do, and he's just a team guy. And I think having him on this team just ups us to another level because I don't think a corner 3 can guard Braxton Berrios.
Bruh, like I still say you called it. Like, y'all got dogs. I think that's to me, that's what made it even scarier watching y'all offense. Like you said, offensive line going crazy, Raheem them going crazy, everybody going crazy. And once they run them 3 safety deep, cornerback here, cornerback there, to make sure that you didn't get any deep and you didn't become a deep threat this game, like other players just stepped up. And I think that's going to be scary as it starts to gel more and more. It's like, all right, yeah, you might do this to me, but you got 3-4 other people. Mike, man, I got something for Double M, bro. What you think about this? You know, I'm like the little nerd off of the little Giants. Remember what he called it? Annexation of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Y'all got arguably the top 4 fastest guys in the NFL?
Yeah.
When they just line everybody up at receiver on the defense. Just catch up with us. How would that look? You put Dub, a Chain, you put Mostert. Like, you just line up the fastest guy to say, keep up, man. We finna run. It's finna really be a track race. Like, you're gonna play this prevent defense the whole time. Get ready for it. How would that look?
That's essentially what it is, man. And, you know, we got certain plays, you know, for, you know, all of us to be on the field at the same time, which is special. You feel me? Because at any moment, you know, it doesn't matter who touched the ball. Anybody can go to yard on this team. So that's why I love this team so much, man. It gives me like college. It gives me like college vibes, man. Like, and, you know, everybody's so close. Everybody's so tied in and dialed in together that, you know, I'm enjoying each and every moment of it, dog. And I just love to see my guys succeed, and I love to see these guys, you know, win, because at the end of the day, at the end of the season, man, that's what it's going to come down to. You know, these guys, you know, making plays, you know, us relying on each other, you know, to like help each other out to get open. So that's why once again, football is America's sport, man, because like it can just bring a group of guys together, man, and like it can just be such a beautiful thing, man. So I just love it, man. But let's talk about this fan base though, man. Before we transition, man, though. So a lot of people are talking about my comments about what I said about the New England Patriots having the worst fan base. Yes, I would say that. And people are still DMing me to this day saying racial stuff, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, you guys lost, so take your L. And we all know that, New England Patriots has ran football for decades now. I totally understand that. I understand it. I respect it. But at the end of the day, dog, like, you just gotta realize that, you know what I'm saying? Like, times have changed now. You feel me? So, you feel me? Like, you got my boy Tua. Like, he finna take over the AFC East, man. You got you got Josh Allen over there. You got the Jets over there. So it's time for a new team to win. Like, it gets old sometimes seeing the same team win. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
it is just like,
yeah,
go ahead. It's just like you said, man. They ran it for a great era, but the tide has moved. The ball has moved. It's no longer in their court. And it's like you said, that they, instead of fighting on the field, they fight with racial slurs. Not all of them. Let's not categorize all of them, but the few that do it. Because some of them understand that, hey, you're a fan, it's still just a game, but, there is a line that can be crossed. But, like you said, they got some of the worst fans. He's standing by his comment. He didn't change it. And they just got to roll with the punches, man. Any franchise, it comes back after a while. It's just not your time right now. It's just not their time right now. They just got to be okay with it.
Yeah, they got a real good football team though. As far as defense, I was able to go against their rookie that they had. He's real good, very lengthy corner. Had some real good technique and speed about him. So they got some real good pieces over there in New England, man. So shout out to the New England. And like we say, man, not all bad apples are bad apples. You feel me? Like, you just got a few people who, obviously they felt some kind of way about my comments, and everybody's entitled to their opinions, right? Just like you're entitled to your opinion.
Right.
Just leave the racial slurs out of it, though. Like, I just feel like there's no need for that. You feel me? Because if I was to attack you that way, like, you would play victim. So that's not fair to anybody. You feel me? So let's make this fair.
I got on my black beanie, bro. I got on some black forces, so I'm going to say something outlandish.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Mac Jones overrated. I said it.
Mac Jones, I wouldn't say
overrated.
I wouldn't say Mac Jones is overrated.
He ain't got no dog in him, bro. He from Florida. He ain't got no dog in him like that. He from Orange Park. Where he from, out of Jacksonville area, but nothing against him. Jaron is trainer down there. He trained with him from Jacksonville, Jaron.
Yeah.
But I think he overrated. I ain't gonna say he overrated, but I just don't think he's lived up, and I don't think he's gonna live up to the hype. I just don't, because again, he's in those footsteps, in the shadows of a Brady, and I just don't think it'll ever be that era that they're gonna suspect. And I think if he don't get it together, the fans gonna try to run him up out of there, because the fans will turn on you quick.
Well, the fans
be your own people
quick. The fans will turn on you quick. I don't think Mac Jones is overrated. I love Mac Jones. I think he's a heck of a competitor. Gets the ball out on time, does the small things right. I think they are missing a few more pieces on the offensive side of the ball. And once they, add those, valuable pieces around him, and I think Mac Jones, he can be successful as any quarterback in this league. You feel me? Yeah. So that's just how it is with like any quarterback. You feel me? Like, obviously you got, your Tuas, you got your Patricks, you got your Josh Allens, you got your Joe Burrows and your Lamar Jacksons, and the list goes on. And what's his name? Justin Herbert. You got your guys like that, but once you add those pieces, with a Mac Jones, a guy who can, help his performance, give him the confidence that he needs, then his game is gonna elevate. It's gonna.
Well, he ain't there yet. I say that he ain't there yet. I don't see it.
He got it.
I wait to see it. I mean, he's a large guy, man. He has an arm, but I just don't see that mentality. And maybe it's just me blemishing my perception of a New England Patriot quarterback by Tom Brady and what he did. And I ain't even never been a Patriots fan, but I think it's just those shadows of that Tom Brady spirit creeping around the stadium at night that's just barking at his neck.
And that may be the case too, though. But I will say this though: Mac Jones has probably the worst gritty in the NFL. Him and Mike Gesicki, they belong as teammates. So Mike, I'm sure when Mike Gesicki pulled up to his house, or whenever they had time to hang out, they both did the gritty beside each other. Happy that they were on the same team. So
they need to meet for Celebration Fridays. Get it done.
They need to have a meeting for Celebration Fridays. But moving on, next we had a chance to watch some Monday Night Football, and you know, as a football player, you don't want to see something like this happen, you know, to a top player, well, to any player, which is crazy. Nick Chubb getting hurt was crazy to me, man. And you know, I've been saying this my whole entire career, and I used to be a running back. I told myself when I got into the league, because I was a running back, I was in the running back room, and I told myself, I do not want to, you know, get hit or get tackled that amount of times and, you know, work my tail off just for something crazy like that to happen, and then there are no benefits for me.
Right.
You feel me? Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley, all those guys getting hurt in the same weekend is crazy. You feel me? So I feel like somebody need to take a stand for those guys, and you know, because they're top players in this league, and you know, teams want to give them the ball 30 times a game, and they taking this beating the whole entire game, and it's like a risk. It's like a risk for injury at the end of the day, and it's like, bro, like you paying me $12 million, but you out here playing some third Joe Schmo, some Joe Blow. Second receiver, third receiver, or tackle a second DB, like $20 million a year, and it's like, bro, I'm your workhorse of the team, and you don't value me. Right. So it's like, how do we fix the situation?
Right. I look at it, man, and those injuries, horrific. You know me, I can watch anything, but like, injuries like that, I turn my head. They cringe. You know what I'm saying? Because you see somebody who's getting hurt on the job. You know, it's not like a slip and fall type situation. It's a situation that is going to be for at least one of them potentially season ending. Season ending, and you never know if it's career ending. Right? So you know, my mind goes fast track, and it's probably none of my damn business. You know, man, but just as a man to man, as a human being, a decent human being, I hope everything's good at home. I hope his financial management guy has everything in place. I hope he has, you know, certain insurance policies in place, and he's done the right thing with, you know, finances, because what happens if you don't bounce back? Like, what's next? You know what I mean? We see it all the time.
That's in the back of your head, though. As a player, though, like it's in your head, but it's in the back of your head, though, because like, we try not to think about injuries so much that like all we want to do is just ball. You feel me? Like we try to think more positive than negative than anything. You feel me? And it's tough sometimes. Like you sometimes got to put business before football. Like once you reach a certain level, and you got to protect yourself. That's just how the game is, especially if you're a running back, because these people truly don't. Obviously, you know, since they seen Todd Gurley situation, they was like, we ain't paying nobody else. You feel me? Right. And
that's what you talked about before. You know, at some point, and we talked about it with several guests. I think we talked about it with B. Marsh and everybody. At some point, you have to automatically go business mindset. This is a business at the end of the day, you know. And I granted, in that moment, in that grand scheme of things, you just thinking, damn, I'm injured. I can't help my team right now. I want to be out there with those guys. Like, what's the mindset when you get injured? I remember you dislocated your collarbone. Like, what's the mindset like in that moment when you know, damn, what's next?
Well, for me, when I had dislocated my collarbone, man, it's different for a receiver. Like, I had just signed my contract, and it was like for $18 million. It was like the second highest contract for a receiver, and my mindset was simple, was just get back and get healthy, you know, so I can get back on the field with my teammates. I won't worry about nothing. Like, I was really ready to go. I was really ready to practice and play in 2 weeks, and they was like, you got to sit out 6 weeks. I'm like, no, I'm healthy. I'm doing all the treatment. I'm getting back right. I'm ready. So, like, when you've been playing this game for so long and you love this game, man, so much, man, that you don't want to miss any moment, any minute, and it's just you just want to be a part of it. You feel me? And you would do anything you can, you know, to get back on the field with your brothers, man.
Right.
So,
but I get, just as a fan looking at it, like, man, it's just like, you know, as a spectator, it's just like, dang, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they ain't on the team, but you don't want it that way. You know what I'm saying? You want to play. You want to see the best play the best. You don't want to hear the, oh man, this person was out. Nah, and for one, you want them to be healthy, just because decent human beings. That's what we should expect for each other. And then on the second end, it's like competitors. Like, damn, like I want to play the best. Like if I lose playing the best, I lose. But I don't want to play the third string running back and the third string quarter. Nothing against them guys because they elite athletes. I mean, they made it to that level. But to me on the outside looking in, my mindset just goes like, damn, I hope, hopefully they bounce back, but hopefully they took care of what Beast Mode say. They took care of their chickens.
Right. Well,
everything is in place.
Well, according to Mike Tirico, if star players don't play, that win should be asterisk. He said that after the Lions and Chiefs game. He said that after Travis and Chris Jones didn't play. So
he said it for a reason. I mean, who he rooting for.
I was just saying that's what he said. I'm just copying what he said. I don't know if that's true, but that's what he said it should be. I don't know. So yeah, man.
So what game interests you the most, man? What game interests you the most over the weekend that just stood out?
The game that interested me the most was let me see, because we had a chance to watch games across the league because we had a Sunday night game. The game that really interested me the most was probably the Giants and the Cards. Because when we was watching, the Giants was losing like 20-0 in the third quarter. I believe.
Right.
And like I done put my pants on. I'm finna go out to warm up, and I'm finna put tape on my hand. I walk back in. It's like 28-28. I'm like, hold on.
So what happened?
How did they just come back that fast?
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, like what is going on? I went back and watched the highlights, man. Daniel Jones was out there. He came back serving. Danny Dimes, man. I'm telling you, Danny Dimes and Desmond Ridder for the Falcons. I'm telling you, like. Two dogs. I'm a Desmond Ridder fan. I'm sorry.
You jumped on the Ridder fan, the bandwagon that quick, bro?
I'm thinking. I've been on the Ridder fan. I've been on this band.
Yeah, you did.
Ever since they came down here to Miami, and our defense did pretty good. Our defense did good against them, and I had a chance to sit and watch him actually sling the ball. Right. I was like, this dude got some potential.
Right.
I was like, this dude, he's nice. You feel me? So once you add that all into the game, you feel me? Like it just takes it up another level. Like this dude confident. You feel me? He's swaggy. Now, he came up to me. He was like, "Reek, you trying to race?" And that what made me a fan right there. Cause like some dudes they see me and then like they won't even talk. They be wanting to say something, but they be like kind of intimidated. Cause I be like chilling. I be vibing. But he came. He was like, "Reek, you trying to race, my boy?" I'm like, you already know it, baby. I was tired of hell too.
They killing me though, bro, because you know, majority. I'm in Atlanta, so a majority of people, Falcon fans that I normally pick at, but they just messing up every joke that I can potentially come up with, man. They just, I hope I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I hope they keep winning. Yeah, I hope they keep winning. I think it's good for the city. I think it's good for those young men on that in that franchise, man. I like it. I like it. Yeah. I'm still not a Falcon fan, but they're
gonna be real good this year, man. Getting those early wins, those key wins, obviously builds confidence down the road. So shout out to them Falcon boys, man. Even though you're not a Falcon fan, even though you live there, which is crazy, I don't get it. But shout out to the Falcons. But before we go, I got one more thing I have to say. Micah Parsons, I saw on Twitter that you said something to me. You said that I am a baby lion. Let me tell you something about that. Let me tell you something real quick, Micah Parsons. When we play you December 25th on Christmas Day, I have a present for you, my boy. So I know you seen my little clip where I was blocking the DN. I'm big like that. I'm off the edge like that. So you better watch your back. Because I'm going to blindside you. So I'm going to show you that game who the real lion is. You feel me? I'm going to show you that game. Because like I said, baby, I'm the cheetah and I'm the lion. I'm the real hybrid on the field, baby. So mess with it. Big Swole.
No, he a dog though, bro.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Michael Parsons different though. He different. He a different dude. Like any dude.
Avoid that one, bro.
I'm gonna tell you, any dude that sit on screen with a box of oatmeal pies beside his desk is different. So Michael Parsons.
He probably like, what are you talking about these oatmeal pies for? Call him, bro.
Michael Parsons is a different dude, bro.